Will Donald Trump and CZ need to get out of jail free card? Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. Hopefully everybody is doing well on this beautiful Tuesday. Bro, I'm always complaining about the Ohio weather, but let me tell you something. It's the start of April. We just went from just absolute bitter cold. It's going to be 85 degrees. It's going to be 85 degrees tomorrow here in the beautiful Columbus, Ohio. So
it's the chemicals.
I know they're spilling and just evaporating into the air, and then it is.
You guys just keep having trains derailing over there. I don't know. Does gravity work different up there?
Yeah, it's a little bit different here. Us Ohioans know things that others don't. We keep it to ourselves, and yeah, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. So, moving on, crypto fam. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Let's see who we got up in the house. Kenton, Brad, Justin, Jeff Gillette. Hometown friend of mine. Good to see you, brother. Puddles in the house, Biomax, Brett, and Puddles again, since I wanted to say names twice. Glad to see you guys. If you are new to the stream, make sure to shout us out. Let us know that you're new. We really appreciate you all for being here. As always, we're over on Twitter right now, live, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Follow us on all the socials. Do your thing over there. Let's get into it. Let's check out the markets. Let's start there. See what's popping off. Looks like things are green. The global crypto market cap's at 1.19 trillion with the T dollars. That's up 1.27%. Bitcoin. Well, let me update. Let me make sure here. Pretty flat, down 0.17% at 28,127, but still up over 3% on the week, so that's good. ETH, little bit of a pump, 1865. Don't mind that. Crusader, I saw what I thought was a nice little move earlier today. We must have pulled back from that. I thought that's what I saw earlier today.
We've been moving up and down with Bitcoin as well. Some of the altcoins are having a little bit of a move, came back down again a little bit. I mean, it's just kind of been going sideways right now since yesterday.
Yeah. Rounding out the top 10, we got Polygon and Solana pushing Polkadot out onto number 11. I'm looking forward to, so Crusader's going to pop off some TA here in a second. We're going to have a new little section of the show here soon where we've got some actual trades that we're going to show you guys. So stick around for that. That will be starting here soon. All right. What's the TA say? What is the charts telling us?
All right, perfect, cool. I was just checking on some things in the background, but yes, the TA, right? I will show you right now what's happening. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We've been kind of just ranging sideways, right? We've literally down in the 15-minute, but let me jump out to the daily here. So in the daily, as you guys can see, we're still in this upward regression trend. We were, right above this hard line for many, many days, back and forth. We've kind of dropped below it again. The trend catcher is still strong for Lux Algo, still a strong buy, hasn't set up any sell signals as of yet. RSI is on the upper side, not fully overbought, but is on the upper end. As you guys can see here, we've just been going sideways. Market Cipher B, this is the free version because for whatever reason, I can't get access to the one that we were paying for before. But regardless, it looks like momentum has kind of gone sideways. VWAP has gone a little bit negative, not even. It's pretty much neutral. And it goes back to this thing about just going sideways. We're at a crawl right now where, just can't decide if we're going to break that 28,000 and head to 30,000. It's just been going sideways, man. I really don't know what else to say.
Yeah, the 30 number is a lot of people have been focusing on it, but you've got a lot of people saying like, hey, screw 30. 35, 40, 45. I mean, I'm hearing some numbers.
Well, yeah, the minute we break, if we hit 30 and we start breaking above, I think the momentum will then kick in to shoot us into 35. It's just right now we're just stuck at this 28, 29 level that we just can't break.
I think that some of the slow pace right now is just a lot of the distractions in the political sphere, in this political space. People are waiting. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? As always, never getting any good, solid information. So we're going to dive into a little bit of that today. Let's start off with Binance, though. So CZ, as always, is in the news. So there we go. Binance denies CZ faces Interpol notice, says spokesperson. There's CZ himself. All right, so check this out. So there was a rumor by the crypto Twitter personality Kobe that effectively, supposedly, moved the price of the BNB token in the broader market. So what was it? Effectively, that CZ faces a red notice right here. Request issued by the International Criminal Police Organization due to locate and arrest the crypto founder. A red notice, if you're wondering what it is a request to law enforcement worldwide to locate and arrest a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal action. Listen, you want to know why this is a filler spot for news? If they wanted CZ, he's not hard to find. Right. And ultimately he's
in China.
Yeah, this is a Twitter thread that went viral and ultimately just moved.
Wild conspiracy theory time. I hope we need to create a segment for conspiracy time, and then it just goes
goes like I like it.
Conspiracy time.
Oh, I like it, bro. There it is, right there. That's it. We just made it. All right, cool. Hit it.
So we see what's happening in the United States, with the world reserve currency status. We see countries like Russia. We got India. We've got Malaysia. We got a lot of countries coming up right now, just saying, "Hey, we're moving away from the dollar." We got Saudi Arabia saying, "Hey, we're no longer interested in what's happening over there in America with the Biden administration. We're out of here. We're gonna do our own thing." Right? They're working with China as well. They're investing like 12 point something billions of dollars to create oil refinery. All these things are happening with the BRIC nations moving away from the dollar. What's happening in the United States? Well, negative sentiment towards China is being we got the TikTok restrict ban coming up, right? The whole legislation behind that.
Yep.
What else have we been having? A lot of news going after Binance CEO CZ, which is also from China. Right. So
China.
I think they're trying to push Binance out because of what's happening in with China, and they don't want to mix that in, and they want to push Binance out of the United States. I don't know. Conspiracy theory. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Binance, Binance.us is supposed to be run by and organized by basically everything on this side of the hemisphere. But I always question that, right? You have a larger umbrella company that is probably making the decisions for. You might have people in place in if Debate Crypto then had a bunch of channels underneath it, you already know we're going to have ultimately, probably, if it comes down to it, the final say as to what can happen and can't happen. And so, yeah, if they're trying to make a play against China, they're doing a good job of it because it is in the news every freaking where. And CZ's been catching it all ways. I will give him this. Everything. He's been like a catcher's mitt, bro. Just boom, toss it back. Boom, toss it back. He hasn't really seen much of anything really.
And BNB has been taking it like a champ. It's like Rocky in the 12th round, right? No matter how much you beat him up, it won't go down.
Yeah, dude. 300. Let me see. So $300 is the number that I always talked about with BNB. And I don't think it's crossed that number in a minute. It's at 310 right now, and it has just been absolutely just stagnant. You would think with crazy information going on that there would be some huge move, and we haven't really seen any of that. So good for you, CZ. If you're able to hold off all of the fugazi that is coming your way, I commend you, brother, because that's freaking tough. When you have the media coming after you, when you have politicians coming after you, when you have just call it what it is, the liberal media period coming after you, that's a tough thing to fight. So
100%. I just want to quickly remind everyone to smash those likes. Subscribe if you're not subscribing. We are streaming to many different platforms, one of them being Kick right now. And we got some new viewers over there. So make sure you guys are subscribing, following the channel. We're only getting started on this platform and here on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys are subscribing, smashing those likes, commenting, doing all the things that YouTube likes. So we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love, everybody. There will be some things that we can talk about on some platforms that we can't on others. So check us out from different platforms, different things. You might find a little something different on one place versus another. All right, so check this out. So we talked about the Signature Bank, the whole banking crisis, right? Signature Bank top execs secretly sold $100 million in stock. Well, what do you know? Filings with the FDIC reportedly helped Signature Bank's executives to escape notice from investors and services that monitor insider trades. So it says the insiders of the now defunct Signature Bank have reportedly sold over 100 million in shares after the bank shifted its focus to attract crypto companies. Okay. So their chairman, its former CEO, as well as successor, collectively sold around $50 million of shares over the past 3 years. The trio, whose sales accounted for around half of the amount sold, served on the board committee that was responsible for monitoring the risk profile of the bank over the last year. Let me pause right there. So, Crusader, it's a pretty dope setup, right? What you get to do is you get to be the one overseeing the risk. You get to say, hey, here's a problem, here's a problem, here's a problem. We have a potential over here. And then while you're sitting at dinner talking about all of the fun, all of the stock that you're going to dump as a team at the height of each pump, you I don't know. We must have missed that one. That's not a risk. Ultimately, what they're saying is they were able to effectively be the people in charge and dump on the market at the same exact time and dump $100 million. When you look farther into it, they were able to successfully dump at some really key
opportune
moments,
times, right?
Opportune times.
Yeah, like always, dude. Like right when Silicon Valley went down, what were the executives doing? They were giving away promotions to them, so they're taking bonuses at that
like the
time.
day before. Yep.
Right? Yeah, and 2 weeks prior to it going, they were selling stock options, I believe, as well. Like they knew that it was coming. They always know, and they take profits and they use you as exit liquidity to get on in, right? While you have Jim Cramer and some of these other people coming out here like, everything's perfect. This is the perfect time to buy. And then it's like, wow, boom, crash.
It's always at opportune times. When you go a little bit further, it talks about how they had 140% gains in the year that this was happening. Now, mind you, 2020, 2021 were some good times for a lot of the stock market and crypto, but estimated that the insiders raked in $70 million from stocks that year. They were the ones, Crusader, I don't know if you remember this, but they were the ones that were already being investigated when the fall, like prior to that happening. They're investigating. Same thing. Did they take necessary measures to identify political or potential money laundering by its clients? No, they didn't have to, right? Because the clients that they were worried about were themselves. They just wanted to make sure they were able to get their stocks off on whoever else wasn't.
Meanwhile, they're liquid. Ain't no risk here. We're all good. We're liquid. But whenever they tell you that, it's just they're referring to themselves. We're liquid, not you.
Can you imagine being a part of one of the dinner parties where effectively you're like, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to go home tonight and I'm going to sell enough stock to keep myself and my family and generations to come not just afloat, but doing really well just from the click of a button this evening. That's all it's going to take. Just boom.
I'm gonna defend them at this point.
Okay,
100 million is not even a lot.
Yeah, where the dollar's headed.
I mean,
you're right.
100 million is not even a lot. At that level of that much money in a bank, 100 million is pennies on the dollar. They should have already dumped a lot more.
Yeah,
so
probably should have been more aggressive.
They're good guys, bro. They're good guys. They only sold 100 million.
Smash the like if you are on Team Crusader, as Signature Bank execs did not dump enough. Only the $100 million that they secretly did. Could have been a lot worse.
I mean, look what the Fed did. The Fed printed 400 billion. This bank only sold 100 million, dude. That's nothing.
Yeah. Well, the other person that's in on like all of the news right now is your boy Elon, right? And he has been accused of a whole bunch of wild stuff. We've got a couple articles here that I want to touch on, but this one's interesting. If Dogecoin is a security, Bitcoin is a security, says Doge creator. Elon Musk sparks another Doge rally, but Bitcoin maximalists are not pleased. So the head of programs at Bitcoin Magazine, Alex Machine, was basically upset and took a shot at Elon Musk. He said, pumping centralized unregistered securities again? And the co-creator, Billy Marcus of Dogecoin, they call him Shibatoshi Nakamoto on Twitter, was saying that basically like, hey, Doge shares the same code base with Bitcoin. Furthermore, there was no token pre-mined, and that it was made as a Bitcoin parity, which implies, hey, no expectation of profits. Consequently, if Dogecoin is a security, Bitcoin is a security. So let's start there. If Dogecoin is a security, Bitcoin is a security. True or false?
I think there's a little bit more to that than just the code, because there is a group of people that are responsible behind it that are active in the space. So it kind of depends on how involved are they. What do their bags look like? Are they holding a bunch of Doge, right? Because then you're pumping your own bags at that extent, right? And then I don't know. It's tricky. I'm not too worried about the whole, is Elon pumping an unregistered security or not? My concern is the inflation rate of Dogecoin that most people don't understand, right? Dogecoin prints, I think, about like 500, is it 5 million?
I don't know the
or
number. It's a lot.
I got the numbers. You give me 2 seconds. I'll pull it up. It's a lot, dude. They have a super high inflation rate, and people don't pay attention because you keep seeing these little pumps, and they think that every time it's going to pump further and further, but it's only a matter of time before it can't keep pumping that high, because it's just the inflation numbers are ridiculous. Okay, it's 10,000 new coins are mined every minute. That's
10,000 a minute.
Yeah, 10,000 a minute. That's 21 million every 35 hours. There is no maximum supply.
Yeah, so keeping that price action continuing to move is going to be, it's going to be difficult.
It's a lot.
But check this out though. So Elon Musk is currently involved in a $258 billion lawsuit where the plaintiff alleges that Doge is a security. The investor seeks compensation after claiming to have lost money investing in the doggy-themed meme coin due to Musk's tweets. Pause. Who's going to invest a bunch of money because somebody's tweets? Now, I could see gambling.
Everybody in the Dogecoin community invest
yes.
because Elon Musk.
It's not an investment. It is a freaking gamble. Call it what it is. As reported by Reuters yesterday, the defendant's lawyers have asked a Manhattan judge to dismiss the case, arguing that the billionaire's tweets are not financial advice. Says Doge community, as holders envisioned an integration of the crypto for payments on the microblogging platform. What they're talking about there is Twitter. When Elon took over Twitter, the Doge community envisioned this world where all payments are processed via Dogecoin on Twitter. Now, I'll be clear, like he very much could do that, and he still could do it, right? There's an interesting.
He can create a tipping service where you can drop tips for each other in Dogecoin.
Yeah, well, he could do a lot more than that, and that actually brings up this other. I want to show you part of this other article here. So look at this. This is the other part of this. Elon Musk Dogecoin hype draws attention to mysterious wallet that once held $24 billion in Dogecoin. Look at this. This wallet DH5YA. It held at one point held $24 billion in Dogecoin, right? There's a class action lawsuit that filed against Musk. We were just talking about from investors that basically have lost money on Dogecoin, and they're saying that this wallet is his personal wallet. But check this out. He's saying no, it's not. He's insisting that the wallet belongs to Robinhood. Let me pause. Crusader, I know you could see this.
How would he know that?
You know he's a smart ass. Hold on a second. So I'm going to get to this. This is what I see. We know he's a smart ass, and we know he's incredibly, incredibly intelligent. Okay. Robinhood actually is the custody. It would be technically if he bought that wallet, if he got that wallet, if it is a Robinhood wallet, guess whose wallet it is? It's freaking Robinhood's. So theoretically, that could definitely be Elon Musk's wallet that he doesn't hold the keys to, saying, what are you talking about? That is Robinhood's wallet. Tongue in cheek, absolutely dead serious, telling the truth while at the same time holding this freaking wallet. There is a doxed Robinhood wallet. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but it says it later on in the article. There is a doxed Robinhood wallet that holds multiple billions of dollars worth of Doge, but it does say that there are a lot of other sub wallets that are not accounted for. I don't know, bro. I could see it. I could see him absolutely doing that just to be the guy that he is.
He could definitely be holding that wallet, right? It could definitely be his. It can be anyone's. There's just that's the magic of some of the pseudo anonymous stuff, right? Where it's like you don't really know unless you can prove. And he's technically not wrong by saying right when you have a Coinbase wallet and you're holding something in Coinbase, you're like, that's not my wallet. It's Coinbase's wallet. Now, is that linked to my account? That's a different question.
Yeah.
Right. So
he's able to you see, he's always getting accused of manipulating markets, whatever. So let me ask you this. So I was just pulling that back up to see if there was something else I wanted to show. All right. Do you think this man's okay? What's he worth right now? $200 billion, something like that.
I don't know. Whatever Mars is worth, that's how much he's worth.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just worth an ungodly amount of money. And the question becomes, do you put yourself in a position to where you could effectively be in trouble for securities fraud over what is an inconsequential amount? And what I'm getting at is it's a large sum of money, right? And I could see him making money, but does he take that risk? Does he, or is this all a game to him? And it's literally because he's freaking bored. He's really smart. He's tricky. He's intelligent. And that guy ain't got nothing else to do. So let's mess with the entire American public.
Welcome to the world of the elites, where anything is possible and no such thing as any limitations, right? You can do whatever you want. When you have that much money, you do whatever you want. Not just that the amount of money he has, the amount of influence in government that he has, because he works very closely with NASA, all the space programs. Like, hey, you're going to give me problems, I'm going to shut down your entire space program. How about that? Right? It's like, boom, you're gone. You're not going to space. China's going to space first. Simple as that, right? So he has a lot of influence with China. With the U.S. government, also with the electric vehicles. Hey, no more electric vehicles for Americans. See you later, alligator. And then boom, they're done once again. So I think he's in a pretty good spot with money and influence over the U.S. government. He can do whatever he wants, and he knows it.
To do exactly what he wants. Yeah, I can see that. The one person that I've seen that now, nothing like the amount of money that Elon has. So I'm not making that comparison, but Top G, who just got out, right? We can't say his real name on here. We'll probably get booted for it. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Looked like he had been, I don't even know, man. When I saw his interview, I was like, he had on.
He did an interview already?
Oh, well, I mean, I saw one and he was all freaking, I'm talking full on scruffy. His hair looked like absolute trash.
Are you talking about when they talked to him as soon as he came out the door?
No. Like it was in his house or something. It was in his house or somebody's house. And he was asking, he told how many push-ups he did while he was in there. And, it was a massive number. And he said, he's got to get a few thousand more before the week's over still. And well, just but what I was getting at was, he has massive amounts of money and influence and in a similar fashion, but people genuinely don't like him, and he is nothing more than a mouthpiece that needs to be shut up. And that's where Elon, I think, separates himself. He's doing something, at least as the elites say, something good for the planet and something to press us forward.
Yeah, that's the thing. Elon doesn't disrupt the status quo, right? Elon goes along with the status quo. You want spaceships? I give you spaceships. You want electric vehicles? I give you electric vehicles. You want tunnels underground? I give you tunnels underground. He provides the government what he wants in his own way, which gives him the influence in space to then do what he wants. He never goes against the grain, right? He'll say a few things here and there about how the SEC is a joke, this and that, but any average person can say that, right? Joe Rogan stands there and makes fun of everybody all the time. Joe Rogan is not a controversial person, right? But Top G takes it to a different extent where he's not providing anything of value to the government that will allow him to go unscathed with what controversial things he does say.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. He does push.
He's like Socrates, bro. Socrates was put to the executioner because of his influence over the youth, and that's the exact same thing that's happening here.
Yeah. Well, we will. I mean, the influence can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. It just depends on how it's used. I think there's some really good information that that person in particular puts out there, while at the same time getting abused and basically clipped apart things that he says and not giving you the rest. And just in media fashion, they give you little pieces and make you look like the bad guy or make you look like the good guy. And either way, it's fugazi. It's BS, right? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see moving forward how life continues to press. I think we're in trouble in terms of what this media is pushing towards. All right, dude. Before you get off here, I know you've got a hard stop in a minute, but we got to talk about this. I couldn't believe you didn't know what this was. Crypto fam, smash the like if you have got your slammer ready and you are hitting up some Pogs. If you know what Pogs are, drop a 1 in the chat right now. Pogs. Check this out. Remember Pogs? They're back in Ethereum NFT form. The 1990s milk caps game is launching Ethereum NFTs this week with a Web3 and token-gated physical Pog sales ahead. So check this out. I'm going to scroll down here, right? The mid-90s playground sensation is back in action. Pogs are making a comeback. This time, pairing the physical milk caps and slammers with NFT discs in an online game. So watch this. I'm gonna hit play on this so you guys can watch this. Or whichever ones flip over, depending on what game you're playing, but you take them from the person that you're playing against, right? Now they're putting this into digital format. Freaking pumped about this. I got to tell you, I actually am like a big fan of this.
You should probably mute it. A lot of music.
Oh, you can hear the music?
Yeah, it's really loud.
Oh, whoops. I didn't know you guys could even hear it. Okay, cool. Well, I was talking what I thought was over the music, but yeah, it gives me a lot of nostalgia. Pogs were a whole lot of freaking fun. I'm looking forward to this coming out. Crusader, is there anything in excuse me, is there anything that you would say that when you were growing up that you could look at and say, you know what, if they did that in NFT form, I'd be on it? Give me an example.
Yeah, definitely Beyblades was something that I played a lot when I was a little kid.
That's the one where you like, because I was too old for that.
The spinning top. Yeah, it's like a little spinning
pull
top.
Thing out.
Yeah, dude, it comes from like South American countries, like Latin countries play that, but it's a wooden topper with a strong metal point. You tie it to a string and you toss it, and you literally battle each other to see who can spin the longest. But they like made it high tech, right, with all these little pieces of plastic and metal, and it was a cool little anime, super cool. Whatever. I played that a lot when I was a kid. If they did that digitally as an NFT, I'd be involved. And another one was Metabots. That was another anime. It wasn't an actual physical game, but Metabots was it was an anime where you had your own little like mini robot, and it had interchangeable parts, right? Like you can change out its arms. It had like it can shoot.
What was this called?
It's called Metabots. Okay. Right? And they're little robots that fought each other, right? So you know how in Pokemon people battled each other? Well, it's the same thing. You have a robot. You battle the robot against other robots, and if you beat them, you take one of their parts, whether it's their legs, an arm, a headpiece, and they all had different abilities. Like it was either a machine gun or shooting rockets or lasers or whatever it is. They all had their own, little powers or whatever it was. Yeah. If they did that NFT wise as well, I'd definitely be all over it.
Well, I mean, let's just call it like it is. The top NBA top shots and whatnot are basically taking from that have done very, very well, are just taking from basketball cards or baseball cards or whatever. Yeah. So I think that they're just looking nostalgia wise, saying, hey, what's something that's going to grab these people's attention? This is a great example for me of something that they're doing. They're literally going to launch 3,800 NFTs. They're going to be a mix of Pogs and Slammers. They're going to be about 0.049 each. That's about $90. And you're going to be able to use them for video games, which are going to be launched this summer. There's a play-to-earn Pog game called Stack and Slam that's going to, oh, man, it's never going to be available. It's going to launch on Solana.
It's still going to be shut down all the time.
They didn't think that one through.
Man, they messed up. Well, I got to go.
Yep.
So see you later, alligator. It's all Fugazi. Don't worry about it.
We'll chat soon. I'll give you a buzz later, man. I'm not jumping off. Just Crusader is jumping off. We're going to keep it rocking He had somewhere to be. So make sure to smash that like. Smash the like for Crusader. Smash the like for Debate Crypto. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your 1,000th time here, welcome. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here on a lovely Tuesday. Okay, let's keep it rocking. So the Pogs, just kind of finalizing on that. I remember as a kid playing with Pogs. I remember they had one of my favorite slammers was like, it had like a rubber, it had 2 spots that looked like fingerprints effectively on the backside, and I could turn that thing over and slam it, and it fit oh man, I gotta tell you, if you couldn't tell, I like my Pogs. We had nice cases, and my parents spent way too much money on them. Y'all already know how the collectors thing works, right? It's just like NFTs. You end up spending money, and then you're like, man, does that actually do something? Oh, you know what does actually do something? Danger Close Alpha. Got the vests on. Not for nothing. Want to remind you, May 12th through the 12th, 13th, and 14th, we have our event in Ohio, dangerclosealpha.com if you want to get involved with that. And we are currently doing a couple things in the community, trying to give away this 5 Ethereum. So we got some moving parts there. If you want to get a part of that, you got to buy yourself a commodity. We have bullets, beans, and bourbon. If you want to check it out, I just put up the QR code. You can scan that at any point. You can check those out. Our artist works for DC Comics. He has done a fantastic job. So, yeah, that's that. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Green Day Profits, Lazarus Hand, and Twig. Glad to see you. Who else we got in here? Jeanette. Glad that you're here as well. And then Felipe Porto. He says, Elon. You know his name is Elon, right? Elon. It's not Elon. It's Elon, which I never knew that. But look it up. That's actually how you say his name. Elon Musk. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's keep it rocking, keep it shaking. We have got the Binance stuff that we were talking about earlier. It seems like people just don't care about the trouble that they're having with the CFTC, for example, right? It says Binance market share of volume dropped more significantly after the platform ended its no fee program than after the CFTC's action. So what does this say, right? People are more concerned with fees than they are the U.S. authorities. People are saying, listen, I don't care what the authorities say. Just don't charge me extra fees, okay? Instead, the research suggests that Liquidity exited the exchange after it ended its zero-fee trading program on March 22nd. So basically, we saw a huge reduction in Liquidity after they gave up the free trading. But when we had the information come out that the CFTC was coming after Binance, not so much. It says, I think traders are far more cost conscious, right? The CFTC lawsuit barely made a dent in derivatives volume on Binance.us, which was not part of the end of the zero fee program. So effectively, the American subsidiary, which is Binance.us, has grown its market share threefold since the start of 23, and all of this other stuff is going on, right? They are actually starting to eat into the market share of Coinbase. I think that that's really important to notate. Coinbase has been the American go-to. Coinbase has been if you ask somebody that's not really into crypto, but they kind of like know, yeah, whatever. You got a wallet. Yeah, I got Coinbase, right? Nothing wrong with that. I have a Coinbase account, obviously, as well. I like to use it. They're actually the easiest. Their fees suck, but they're the easiest as far as on-ramp and off-ramp, depending on which bank you're actually banking with. If you need to off-ramp some stuff, Coinbase seems to be pretty friendly with, the larger banks like JP Morgan. Not exactly my favorite, but yeah. The fees suck. Lazarus says, dim fees. Yeah, trust me. Dim fees. That's how I feel about it as well, because they are wild. I mean, you can take out a few $1,000s and you've got a couple $100 in fees. Promise. I've done it. Sucks. So at any event, they are making a move to come after Coinbase. Binance.us is trying to make that move. Like we talked about earlier, though, there is a lot of FUD coming left, right, center, sideways to Binance, and that will extend to Binance.us, because let's call a spade, right? Binance.us, like I said, owned and operated a little differently, but still under the umbrella of Binance. And so people are going to look at it that way. So we'll see what happens as they continue to grow. It's just like any other business, right? Amazon started off as a company that sold books, right? And now they sell everything on planet freaking Earth to your doorstep in 2 days. So you never know. This stuff can change. It can evolve. And we'll see as we continue to get more information about what the regulatory framework looks like in the crypto space. I think we'll see more and more and more what these exchanges are actually going to do, or what are they going to do as a service to you? How are they going to earn your business? And I think that's where we're going to see a real separation of what happens, of what exchange is going to actually fight to earn your business. Now, the American people are all about convenience. We talk about this all the time. Give me something convenient and I'm on it, right? And so I believe that will be the vector that they will attack. That is going to be what they'll go after. What's the convenience? What's inconvenient? And go after it. And I think it's smart. However, like was said in this article, people are cost conscious. They're more worried about how much is this going to cost me right now than is the CFTC actually going to sue Binance? Like, are they in trouble? Do we have regulatory issues coming? People are just more worried about, hey, what's the bottom line? What's the bottom dollar right now? So pay attention, understand obviously what those fees look like, understand what's happening. That's why you follow. That's why you watch Debate Crypto on a daily basis. We keep you up to date and we ask the real questions as to what's happening in the crypto space. We're not here to stroke your back, tell you everything's going to be okay, rub your shoulders, give you a little hug with a blanket. No, we're here to tell you this is what we see happening. This is the question everything, trust nothing part of what's happening. And let's talk about it. So we're going to continue to give you the real. And we'll continue to bring on some of the best guests to talk about it as well. So smash that like. If you love Debate Crypto, don't forget to do it. All right, we're kind of rounding out towards the end here. I think one or two more I wanted to touch on. Oh, this one was interesting. So AT&T off the hook in a $24 million with an M crypto SIM swap case. This is really interesting. It said judge rules in favor of AT&T motion for summary judgment. U.S. court records show in a win for the telecommunications giant. Now, I'm going to get into this, but I do understand, first of all, that it's going to be hard to fight AT&T, massive telecom giant. So that's going to suck, right? If you have a lawsuit with a massive company that does a lot with our government, with our world, it's going to be hard to win. But this is interesting. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here. Oh, my highlighting went away? Uh-oh. All right, we got trouble. That's okay. So AT&T has emerged victorious in a lawsuit filed by prominent crypto investor Michael Turpin nearly 6 years ago over his loss of millions in digital assets following a SIM swap being hacked. Okay, check this out. Let me see. In mid-2017, right here, in mid-2017, the hackers changed Turpin's phone number to divert calls and messages after they bribed an AT&T employee to swap his SIM settings with their own. The hackers were able to reset passwords and send 2FA messages to a new phone where they proceeded to steal $24 million in crypto. Turpin later filed a lawsuit against AT in 2018 alleging the company had failed to prevent the attack and identity theft. It says down below, the investor had asked for compensation for the loss of his crypto as well as punitive damages totaling some $240 million. This case, now obviously he's losing, right? This case though underscores the need, pay attention people, for users to think carefully about, drumroll please, self-custody of assets. We talk about this all the time. Get yourself a freaking ledger. It's not that tough. BYOB, be your own bank. We've got a link down below to get that. I'm telling you, do it. Spend a little bit of money, spend a little bit of time, figure it out. It will save you in the long run. Now, why do I think this is interesting? I think this is interesting because AT&T, now, okay, imagine you own a company, okay? I own a company, you own a company, whoever's listening to this, you own a company. You have an employee that has access to the ability to make changes in the background, right? Whoop, make a change that could allow for the furtherance of a very, very real financial problem, a very, very real issue that could deal with a large amount of, and it did deal with a large amount of finances. Think about this. These hackers bribed someone working for AT&T. So they are an employee, and as an employee, they have access to the ability to do things that somebody that's not an employee doesn't have the ability to do, which is why they bribed that employee. Now, pause. I don't think that you should be able to be held liable for anything and everything any of your employees do. I really don't. Like, that would suck, because I've had people work for me before that make some decisions that I'm like, wait a minute, what? That wasn't on the freaking application. That was not on the job description. No, right? But what I am saying is, I'm surprised that they weren't held liable at all. It was their employee. Their employee did use their proprietary information or systems or whatever to make a change to one of their customers in which the person lost millions of dollars. On its face, that's the information we have. Now, it's the courts in the United States, which means there's a whole lot of finesse. There's a whole lot of playing with words. There's a whole lot of lawyerisms in there that obviously are probably a part of this that we are not privy to. But on its face, that's the facts. That's what happened. And the fact that the judge threw it out means one of two things. One, AT&T had the right people in the right place telling the judge, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is how this is going down. Or B, this is not as straightforward as it seems. And there was some things happening with this investor that otherwise should not have been happening. And effectively some of these transactions shouldn't have happened anyway. Maybe he was at fault. Maybe he made some stupid decisions or whatnot as well. But I just think it's interesting, because a lot of times, even with a big company like this, they can have somebody working for them make a decision that they're held liable for. So kind of surprised that they didn't get absolutely slammed for this. Maybe not 200 and something million, but maybe at least like the amount of crypto that the dude lost. Like, homie got absolutely smoked as a result of this. I can't even imagine losing $28 million worth of anything, let alone 28 million worth of crypto that probably, depending on if he would have sold or not or whatever, could have been worth a lot more than that, or I guess a lot less than that, depending on what he was holding. But yeah, that's the crypto game. Sometimes you are either holding and running, or holding, or you're running. You're either taking profits or you're sitting on your hands. You're trying to figure it out, and it's tough because taking profits is the name of the game. Well, at the same time, I'm not here for financial advice. It's a hard thing to do. So, Crypto fam, listen, we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Again, if it's your first time or your 10,000th time, we love you. We appreciate you for being here. It is Tuesday afternoon, and you could be anywhere, but you're hanging out with Debate Crypto. Make sure that you are following us on both of our Twitters. So Danger Close Alpha and Debate Crypto, both of our Twitters, right? Get involved in the Discord. Figure out, how do I get a vest? Figure out, how do I win 5 Ethereum? Figure out, how do I figure out how to prepare, how to prep? DangerCloseAlpha.com. You can buy, I put a link up earlier, but you can also buy the commodities on OpenSea right now, and that will give you the ability to hopefully win 5 Ethereum as part of what we're doing there. And you can fill up your bug out bags and take the next step towards freedom via being prepared. You have a responsibility to yourself and to your family to have a game plan. My beautiful daughter in there needs to know that her daddy's got a game plan if something goes sideways, and I do. So I hope the same for each and every one of you. I look forward to meeting you. If I haven't met you yet, I look forward to meeting you. Got a conference coming up in a few weeks. I'm going to be in Austin. I think Biomex was in here a little bit ago. Biomex, hit me up. Let me know. I think we were talking about maybe grabbing some food. If anybody else wants to get in on that, they're going to be around the Austin area. Let me know. I'd love it. So just remember, question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, HODL like it's hot. I will see you soon.